Hey there, and happy Thursday to you. This is Carline Conversations, and I am Kellee Williams, lifestyle management coach. Okay, let us take care of the elephant in the room. Okay, the elephant in the room. I know that's the first thing you noticed as soon as we started. The first thing, but I want to just celebrate. Take a moment to celebrate. I got my truck back. I finally got my truck back. So I am in motion. I stay in motion, but I am in motion in my truck. As you can see, I got my sunroof, I got my moonroof, and it's clean. Oh my goodness. So excited about my truck being back. So hello there again and happy Thursday to you. So I'm so excited to be with you all talking to you about the essentials for a profitable kingdom coaching business, not just a kingdom coaching business, but a profitable kingdom coaching business. Over the last few days, we've been talking specifically about how to get in front of clients and what that looks like for you as a kingdom focused coach or a Christian or faith based coach as well. This is all applicable to the other disciplines of coaching, of course. But we've been talking so far about, like I said, getting in front of your client, and we're just going to go ahead and call them the client. We're going to declare and believe that the people who are positioned before us that God has strategically sent to us are our client. So we talked about social media, we talked about ads, we talked about YouTube, live streaming. We talked a little bit about Facebook yesterday. I want to talk a little bit more about that. There's some other things that I want to mention, and I said that we are not going to rush past this. Okay, I plan to be in Carline conversations for a while, so we're going to tackle this in about 15 minutes or less. Alrighty. Okay, so let's move on. We're still talking about getting clients and effective ways to get clients. All right, let me go back to Facebook. Okay, so yesterday I spoke about Facebook very briefly, and today I want to talk a little bit more about utilizing Facebook groups and the success I found with that. And I want to welcome you for those of you that are joining. Hey, yes, Kim Angela, our clients are looking for us. Now it's up to us to be in a place where they can find us. Yes, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining today. So let's talk a little bit more about Facebook groups. So I happen to, and I don't believe that anything happens by coincidence. Okay, I've talked about that before, and I believe that God does everything in this business for me on purpose and with purpose. And so it was a few months ago, several months ago, I um, I had joined a Facebook group for Christian coaches and several actually. And some of them you can tell, but just by learning the culture, that it was the person who created the group that was their platform in order to sell their services. And then there were some where it was really just like a networking free for all. And so this one particular Facebook group that where it happened to be a free for all, I noticed people were asking questions. And although the group had like 6 or 7 mods or admins, nobody was really answering these questions. So one day, it happened to be very early in the morning, maybe about 3:30 in the morning. Somebody asked a question, and I had actually written an outline, done a clubhouse room on it. I want to say there was even a LinkedIn article about it. And so I went over to that outline and I copied and pasted it into the Facebook post. But I modified it. I added some emojis and things like that. And I hit submit. I got so much positive feedback from my answer, my response to her. So then I did it to a few other people. I just gave lots of value. And as a result, I was able to get clients. I did not ever, not once say, if you want more information, send me a message. Not ever. People on their own, they sent me DMs. And one of the major accolades, I guess you could say, regarding what happened. And I generally was just giving value. It did not take me more than about 5, maybe 10 minutes to format it. But never once did I ask for them, for their business. They reached out to me and began to have a conversation with me. And what they noticed was, or what was said to me was that they noticed how not only did I give them value, but the other people that commented on the post, I also gave value or substantiated what they said as well. And so that was something that I began to do, and I got a lot of business that way. I got a lot of business that way. Now that happened to be in a Facebook group, so I didn't talk about that yesterday. Remember yesterday we were really pressed for time because we were running late, so I can go pick up my truck. Um, all right. So another thing I want to talk about are networking events and opportunities. Okay. Networking opportunities are going to always be around. You just need to look for them. Okay. I'm going to tell you something that happened in real time, and I'm not going to disclose any people because I know that I'm connected to them here on LinkedIn and I don't want to risk any type of embarrassment. But there was somebody that I met, and I believe she was trying to sell me, but maybe she wasn't. Maybe she generally wanted to connect because you know on LinkedIn how they send you those in mails that say, "Hey, let's connect," but really when they get you on a call, they want to sell you. Okay, so her and I had gone back and forth, and I told her that I had a lot going on, so let's touch base in November. So in November, we came back together. We're like, "Hey, we're still on, we're still on," and one of the things she said was, "Let's see, I want to frame this the right way." Okay, so maybe it's best to just say what I gathered from it. In her message to me, she said, "What is the point of meeting? There's no point of meeting if it's not going to be productive. In 30 minutes, it won't be productive," is basically what she said. And honestly, I was so disappointed. So she's local, and so I was definitely looking forward to getting out. I'm a online business coach. I love getting out and getting in front, getting with real people. So first of all, I was disappointed about that. But secondly, I was disappointed that her perspective about networking and meeting and leveraging connections was a little bit limited. So my response to her was, well, it's sad that you want to forego our meeting because I feel that anytime we are intentional about coming together, we can be productive. So she responded with, "Oh, I love your mindset, this, and that, and the other." So, anyways, I say all that to say networking opportunities and networking just opportunities, they are available to us everywhere. They're available connecting on LinkedIn, the other social media platforms, they're available in person. I recently read or heard someone say, I don't remember if this was something I heard or read, but they said that they go to conferences just for the networking. And so we're like, okay, sure, we go to conferences for the networking. Mm-mm. They go to conferences that are aligned with their industry, and it may not be something that they're interested in. And when they go, they hang out in the lobby so that they can see who they meet. I guess there was some study done, and it said the best connections at conferences happen outside of those strategically planned networking activities in the conference. They happen in the lobby. So I want you to look for networking opportunities. And I see, hey, Terrell, Coach T, she says that she loves networking opportunities. The other thing about networking opportunities are the online network. Like, if you're online, that should be a no brainer. Now, I didn't talk about it right now about these essentials for coaching. But on another platform, I recently spoke about three key systems that you need for your coaching business. One happens to be a scheduling system. Make sure you have that scheduling system together so that when an opportunity to meet with somebody for a 15-minute or a 30-minute conversation comes about, you are ready to schedule that. You are ready to hand over your link so you can book that with them. It's simple. It's not always about how can you become my client. It can be about what can I do to serve you. In that, they will seek for ways to serve you. And listen, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if you're looking, and we're going to talk about this in a moment, if you're looking for podcast opportunities, if you're looking for speaking engagements, if you're looking for opportunities to leverage other people's stages and audiences, which we talked about, I think the first day, networking opportunities are it for you. Make sure you have that link available and make sure you have your schedule handy so that you know that you know that you know when you can meet with somebody and see how that can work best for both of you. All right, networking opportunities. So I mentioned podcast opportunities. Let's talk about that. So podcasting, oh my goodness. So, podcasting opportunities are an amazing way for you to get in front of other clients or get in front of clients. So again, I would recommend that you look for podcasts, speaking engagements or speaking opportunities that are going to align with your niche, align with your area of coaching. It might be something different, but you might serve some of the same audience. So you want to make sure that one of the first things you do is you don't just go in for the kill. You don't just go in for the kill when you are looking to be on someone's podcast. Okay. Now you can start your own podcast. That's time consuming. That costs money. I'm just saying you can freebie do it. You can do it on the free but if you want it done right, if you want it done, I shouldn't say right. Okay. Forgive me for saying that. If you want it done in a way that is going to best serve you, then it's good to get with somebody that can help you with that so that you can spend your time doing other things like creating the content for the podcast. But for those of you that want to be guests, get in front of other people's stages. Easy. Listen to some podcasts that align with your values and reach out to the host and say, hey, great podcast. Let me know how I can support promoting your podcast. Leave it at that. They're going to be like, what? Who is this? They're going to look into you. Prayerfully, you have all of your content on point, and there's evidence that you are a coach somewhere so that they can see that you have a history of showing up on social media. Because they're going to look at you. They're going to be like, who is this? So then listen to a podcast or listen to a couple podcasts and then reach out to them a little bit later and say, hey, you know what? That episode where you had that guest that spoke about blah, blah, blah. I love that. That was such great value. I look forward to sending that to some of my clients as a resource. Leave it at that. They're going to be like, what? Who is this person? Then eventually you can say, hey, if you ever look, wait a minute, hold on, this is for somebody. I've got a book that speaks to something in your podcast. If you're ever looking for a guest, let me know. Get yourself in there, but you want to offer value first. You want to let them know that you appreciate them first. That's another way you can get in front of clients. Now, my recommendation is if you are going to do the podcast circuit, oh, this is such a pet peeve of mine because people get on my podcast and I'm just like, Jesus, no. So I tell them right off the bat, this is a pet peeve of mine. This is when I log off. This is when I shut it down. When they're like, how can they connect with you? You're like, oh, I got a YouTube channel. Oh, and I'm on LinkedIn. Oh, you can find me on Facebook. I also have an Instagram. I stay on Clubhouse. Like, no, give them one source. Give them one source. You can connect with me at justkellee.com. That's JUSTKELLEE.com. Give them one source. Or when they say, hey, how can they connect with you? You can say, I'm going to use somebody that I see here that's watching. You can say, yes, your audience can. If your audience wants my free budgeting template for single moms, they can connect with me at budgetformoms.com. Now, go see if the URL is available and buy it. Budgetformoms.com. When they go to budgetformoms.com, guess what they're going to see? First and foremost, they're going to be met with there we go. First and foremost, they're going to be met with your email capture. Before they can access your free template, they got to give you their email. That's going to take them to the next page, which is going to then have the template. But on the back end, because you got them in your email list, now you got them in a workflow and you're sending them the template and you're giving them immediate access to the template, all because they heard you on a podcast. I just dropped a whole lot right there. I just dropped a lot right there. And if you want to connect with me so we can work out a strategy for that, you can go to justkellee.com. That's JUSTKELLEE.com. Okay, that wasn't planned, but all right. So podcasts are another way. Alrighty. Let's see here. Let me see what time it is. Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't think we were going to have to go into another day, but I think we're going to have to go into another day. All right. So tomorrow on Carline Conversations, I'm going to wrap up this part about getting in front of clients, one of the essential components to a profitable kingdom coaching business. I'm going to wrap this up with we're going to talk about partnerships and collaborations, and then we're going to do a review. All right. So tomorrow, if you have your questions, be sure to hop on and ask your questions or send me your questions, and I can answer them live tomorrow on Carline Conversations for you. Okay. All righty. So I'm back in action. I got my truck. I stay in motion. I'm excited. I'll be back tomorrow, whether I be in the truck, which I assume I would be, because there will be a Carline tomorrow, or if I'm in my home, I'm going to make sure I come to you with this last piece about partnerships and collaborations to get in front of other audiences. All righty? All right, y'all. Take care. Have an amazing rest of your day. Y'all, this is great. This is great. And I love, love, love serving you. So let's stay connected, everybody. Okay. All righty, y'all. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Adios.